Alright, so now we're going to take a look at writing reports for other stations, not just damage reports. So I'm sitting here at the Atlantis second chair computer where all of the reports are kept, and let's take a look at some of the things we have. So I'm going to start off just hitting this window button to get this start menu up, and to find these reports I'm going to come over here and go to my documents. Most of the Atlantis reports, at least, are here on the desktop, and you'll see there's actually this handy folder here called reports. So we're going to open that up. Now you'll notice right now we have one report written that isn't a damage report and is also not an engineering report. So you know, that's not that bad, but it's always good to have some reports for other jobs. So this one here is a report for the sensors officer. I'm going to zoom out a bit so you can see it a bit better. Now, the hints for when you're making these sorts of reports. First, make sure you have the name of whatever officer this is for. Otherwise, the crew is going to be really confused when it comes off the printer because they're not going to have any clue about who should be getting this paper. The other thing is, if reports have this black colonial symbol on it, we're not using that one anymore because it takes up a lot of ink. So for now, I'm actually just going to delete this, and I'm not sure if they actually have the new symbol on here yet. So for now, we're just not going to worry about actually putting a symbol on. But with these reports, they work like damage reports where you need to explain why they're doing this report. Otherwise, you don't want to just give them random steps where they have no idea what they're doing it for. Then you have all of your steps. With these steps, the officer can do things on their own computer. They could go around to other people and have them help. For example, this report is to recalibrate the sensors if there was damage or something. And it's actually a report that we could send up basically any time during the mission. So we have here a step for the engineer, a step for communications, a step for damage control, so that the sensors officer can actually get help and talk to other people. Some hints for these reports. First off, a lot of them look better if they're all caps, so try doing that. If you think your report looks better without all caps, you can do it that way, but this report just looked better in all caps. Just like damage reports, make sure everything is spelled right and grammar is correct. If you need someone to come look through your report and edit it, that is totally fine. Just make sure that it is correct. You also need to make sure the steps you're writing actually have things they can do on their computer. For example, if like this engineer didn't have these relays on their computer, we wouldn't write a step telling them to do those relays because then they couldn't actually do it. Last thing is try to keep them short and simple. This one's only 4 steps, a page long. It's not going to take them all mission to do. It's just something to keep them entertained and kind of busy for a few minutes when there might be a point in the mission where their job really isn't that's not important, but they're just not doing as much at that point in time. So with these reports, really, I mean, the sky's the limit with these. You have like this one is for the sensors officer to recalibrate sensors. You can have security reports about damage to the brake system, or they need just really security. You can basically do anything with. You have your right wing officer needs to do things for the engines, left wing needs to do things for weapons, engineer, that's a whole nother one. Let's take a look at some of the engineer reports. With the engineer, right now in here in the Atlantis, they have reports for different damaged systems so that we can print up these reports if the system breaks.